guys, happy Tuesday. I wanted to jump on this topic all about it's not your motivation that's holding you back in your business. It's all about your thoughts. And here's why I had this huge epiphany that I wanted to share with you guys, because I think that if you are somebody that is building a business and it just happens to be fitness, that this is a really important message that I really didn't learn until I made this connection today. So I think there is a lot of talk about we're not motivated enough, or if you're not at your goal, that is a problem. That tends to be, I think, the human experience, that we tend to blame ourselves that we're not motivated enough to achieve a goal. When I get that, because if you're a perfectionist, if you're somebody that tends to self-reflect and look at your actions, that can be the first thing that we jump to. So I understand that that is what happens, and I am totally a culprit of that for sure. But something hit me a lot differently today, because when it comes to motivation, it can also tie into mindset. I've heard this 1,000 times. I'm in a Facebook accelerator group. So it's a mastermind. I'm learning from my mentor, his name is Rick Mulready, and he talks a ton about mindset. That is the thing that holds most entrepreneurs back. So when I first heard that, it's a $5 word. And what I mean by that is that it's not easy to wrap our hands around it and really understand what that is. I think that's sometimes the same thing with motivation. It's hard to wrap our head around that and know what actually is motivation. And I think that here is, how the cycle works, is that we are really motivated to achieve something. This is also the same with clients. Think of it this way. We're really motivated to achieve something in the beginning, and then we see that it doesn't work. We don't examine our behaviors or what went wrong. We go through a low period where maybe we give up, and then we try the cycle again when that motivation comes back and builds up. So this is really a flawed model, right? Because you're never going to really be able to overcome. Sorry guys, the light just went off in my car here. You're never really going to be able to overcome that way of thinking and that pattern unless you do something different. So here is the difference, that you need to examine your thoughts. And here is an example of that. Usually how thoughts work is that you're walking down the street, you see, the water, you're like, oh, that's beautiful. Look at the sky. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'll never amount to anything. Oh, wow, look at those leaves. Those are really changing color fast. And that is how typically our thoughts work, is that they are on autopilot and we don't examine them. So this is one activity that will completely help you if you're anyone like me that has thoughts always running in the back of your head. It's called a thought download. So what you're going to do is you're going to write, when you wake up in the morning, all those thoughts that are running in the back of your head. Maybe it's, I don't feel like I'm doing enough as a mother. Maybe it's, my house should be cleaner. Maybe it's my business should be further along. No judgment. We all have these thoughts running in the back of our head. So the point is that you want to write all these down first, and then you want to pick one or two and really decide, is that true, or is that something I'm choosing to believe? Because your thoughts don't have to be something that you believe, right? Here's the difference. Brene Brown puts this so well. So there's a difference between saying I am messy versus I made a mess. Those are two different things. One of them is saying this defines me, this is what I am, or this is the behavior that I engaged in. Right? There's a big difference there. And one is empowering. One is associated with suffering, with depression, with anxiety. The one where we go to, I am this, that is not it's not an empowering way to take on, day-to-day life, right? So this is the thought model process. So if you guys are more interested in this, make sure to check out Oprah. She has a podcast with Brene Brown on this. I think it's like her Soulful Sunday conversations. The other one is, I think her name's Kathy Plackey. She also talks about this, but thought model, the thought model is really an important base in all of this, and really being able to understand your thoughts and then decide if it's something that you want to actually take on or not take on. Just mind, like, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to hear your comments below. I really thought about this for myself, and it was like, oh my gosh, I am so prone to being like, I am this or I am that. So I'd love to hear what your guys' biggest takeaways are. It just like really shifted things for me today, and I was so excited to share with you guys. Hope you guys are having an awesome start to your week, and make sure to leave a comment below.